doing good. I hope you're doing great, and I hope you realize how beautiful you are and how much you mean to people. For this audio, there's nothing that I would like to do more than to just whisper sweet nothings into your ear and give you a few sounds that could help you relax and help you fall asleep if that is what you're trying to do. But if you're not trying to fall asleep and you simply just want to relax, I want you to rest your head on whatever you have it to rest it on. Put your back straight. Place your feet nice on the ground or leave them nicely rested on the bed. And then just let your eyelids close and listen to my voice as I go from right to left and left to right, and make sure that you love yourself. Because you are enough. No one can demand anything else from you than you being you. And if people do demand more than you can give, they simply don't understand. And I love you so much. And I am feeling kind of tired myself. Kind of in a need to relax. Therefore, if you don't mind, I would love to pull my hands through your hair. Just feeling the softness and gracious hair that you have on my hand. And as you might know, and as I've said multiple times, this is my absolute favourite thing to do, especially just for you. I think it's kind of strange and kind of exciting that just the feeling of having someone pull their fingers through your hair can be so relaxing, both for the one doing it and for the one receiving it. I remember when I was younger, I used to have very thick and very long hair. I thought a guy that was quite unusual, so there was a lot of people that thought it was very interesting to pull their fingers through my hair and feel how it was to feel a boy's long hair. And I would never complain. I would always say, yes ma'am, go ahead and pull your fingers through my hair. I would actually quite enjoy it. But that was that time where people really didn't think about it too much. People just asked what they wanted to ask for and did what they wanted to, I suppose. Oh yeah, also, I could be more than happy to announce that I've cut down on my snooze use, which is a tobacco. And if you don't know already, tobacco isn't the best thing for you. But still, the snooze box can create quite nice sounds. I always like going into, well, if I'm giving massages or if I'm just slightly moving my hands over someone's back or someone's arm, I like to do it in a pattern. And after some time with that said pattern, I like to break it. And just surprise them with something nice. I've got my favourite pen right here. Which is strange to say, but I do have a favourite pen. And I bring it everywhere. See that? I drew a name. Quite a beautiful name for such a beautiful girl. Falls hand in hand, doesn't it? It's probably why I love saying your name whenever I say I love you. I always add your name on the end of it. But, you know, with boys in general, we are quite shy and we do tend to not say things that girls are very open to say, like what they're feeling, what they wish, what they would prefer, and all that. And I'm going to be open. What I wish more for is actually that you would do what I do for you to me. A lot of us guys are ashamed of saying it, but we love when you play with our hair. We love it when you let us rest on your lap and you just make us feel good by touching our face, our arms, our back. It was for me in my last relationships that never was a thing. I was never touched on the back, they never played with my head, they touched my arms. So it's me that did that to them. And I remember the first time it did happen to me, well, they did play with my hair, they did play with my arm. I almost cried. It just felt so good. And another thing that I really like and that feels good is the sound of leather. I don't know how nice this sounds. But I do hope it sounds quite alright. This is going to be as interesting for you as it is for me when I have to listen to this whole thing through and make sure that there's no sound that's left in there that shouldn't be there, such as a bird in the distance that could surprise you. Or maybe a gunshot, as I live right next to a military base. It isn't further away than, well, was it 50 meters? Which in feet, I don't know how long that is, but, well, you can Google it if you would like to. If you do use feet still, I don't quite remember these things, baby, but bear with me, I will try to. I've also got my favourite beverage here, a Guinness, which is almost quite empty. But, fun fact, inside a Guinness can, there's a small white bull. If you ask your father or your mother, depending if they like dark beer, they might tell you that yes, there is a little white ball inside of them. And if you want to impress them, depending if they know that you do drink beer, they might be surprised saying, "Oh no, my sweet princess or my sweet prince drinks beer." The reason there is a white ball inside of a Guinness can is to make it taste as fresh as if it was off tap in a bar. Inside those little balls, there's something called nitrous or nitro, which, as you open the can, due to the pressure differentiation, all the nitro goes out of the white ball and gives it the carbonation, meaning that the beer isn't actually carbonated before you open it, giving it fresh, nice flavour to it. And I love Guinness, so that works alright with me. It's quite weird, really. People do think that I am from Britain, but I'm definitely not. I am from Norway, but I do enjoy my fair share of Guinness. And yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous of a beverage, but you know, it is expensive in Norway. It is 45 crowns per can, which goes to £4.50 in Britain, and I think in the United States would be something about $6 per can. But I mean, every beer here is like around 30 to 50 crowns, depending on what type it is. If it's like a Corona, which is a really cheap, mass-produced beer, then it could go around £3 for a bottle. I think £3, £4, 40 pence. I don't know. I don't drink Corona; it's too light for me. There's not a lot of flavours, but you know, we all like different things, don't we? I don't like sweets. It's surprising. A lot of people get really surprised when I tell them this, but I don't like sweets at all. Like candy. I mean, some candies are right. Something called Swedish fish. I can enjoy that, but not a lot. Too much is too much for me. But I do enjoy salty things like chips, and I do also enjoy very strong aroma things like blue cheese, Gouda cheese, crab, blåskjell, scallops? No, that's a different thing. You know, the scale blue things on the water. You know what? Never mind. We'll just call them blåskjell, as directly translates to blue scale in Norwegian, which is exactly what they look like. We are quite primitive on naming things, aren't we? But you know, you don't always need to have a fancy name for such a delicious thing, do you? Well, anyway, Annie, I see that it might be time for me to go for my jog and head to the gym. I was thinking of, well, I've always been quite a skinny person, right? I remember in high school I was always bullied for being very skinny, and that's the reason I went to the gym, not to impress other people, but because I noticed myself I am quite skinny. So I started going to the gym, started working out, and if you don't work out already, I can tell you that the hardest thing isn't starting to work out, it is continuing to work out. Now, when you do start working out, you start noticing a major difference immediately in how well you feel in the morning, how your muscles look, how toned you get, and all that. But it's such a quick start that you think, oh, it's not working for me anymore further on. But you have to maintain those muscles. So you have to keep going, and that is honestly the most difficult thing. You can pick up anything, but keeping it going, that's a different thing, isn't it? Now, my idea is, let's promise each other, I will use less tobacco if you promise me to 1, drink more water, 2, tell yourself that you are beautiful every single morning and night. And number 3, that you promise to love me for the rest of your life. Is that a deal? Alright, I'll quit snooze and love you for the rest of my life as well. Sounds like a deal to me. Alright, sweetie. You have a lovely, lovely day or evening, alright? I'll talk to you later.